Now, a Colorado Springs woman is set out to preserve the city's past and along the way to discover a deeper story of her own. Our Kiera Sam sits down with her to see how uncovering family roots is shaping a bigger conversation about history as she moves forward.
Inside of one of Colorado Springs' oldest homes, a museum manager is connecting personal ancestry to a wider history. As she walks visitors through the city's past, she's also piecing together her own family's history, showing others that where we come from can help guide where we're going.
This is where the McAllisters would have welcomed their guests into the parlor.
Amy Miller never expected a museum to lead her back to her own family's past.
Some of the things that we do here are interpretation, we give tours, we plan events.
It's the McAllister House Museum, the home that once belonged to Henry McAllister. He was a Union Army veteran who served under the city's founder, General Palmer.
Both Palmer and McAllister were Quakers, Hicksite Quakers, and they chose abolition of slavery and to go into the Civil War together.
Now, Amy is helping the museum expand its view of history.
This is the library.
By working with the African American Museum of Colorado Springs.
I definitely wanted to learn more about Black history here in Colorado Springs and how we can connect from our museum to their museum.
This is the McAllister Children's Room.
Together, they trace the relationship between the daughter of General McAllister, Matilda, and her friend, Helen Lowry.
Through connections with Candace and her museum and then our own collection, we can kind of build a bigger picture and then also connect it back to Helen's very close friend, Matilda.
This discovery added a new layer to both museums' archives. It also inspired Amy to research her own family tree and face a painful truth.
A piece of me was thinking, reflecting on the privilege that my family had, and then some of the things that weren't so pretty in my history. There were people who were enslavers back in our family history, and that is not something that I'm proud of.
Well, you're going to have to deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Candace McKnight is the founder of the African American Museum in Colorado Springs.
A sense you need to be proud of it because it happened and it's over. You don't have to absolutely just cling on to that.
She helps people discover these truths through genealogy workshops she leads throughout the year.
I say to them, you take a deep breath. You might cry. You might be angry. You might be in denial.
The African American Museum she runs sits just west of downtown Colorado Springs. Inside, archives, artifacts, and more than 2,000 books telling the stories of Black pioneers and families.
Oh, our ancestors are calling. They want to be found. There's a story to be told on how things went down.
Whether you're Black, white, adopted, or just disconnected from your roots, when you know where you come from, both Amy and Candace believe you have a better understanding of where you're going.
I'm very glad about the things that I found out and know that I can make a difference in a different way. Because I think everybody has, different things in their past. And as we look from a 21st century perspective, we have to look backwards and say, okay, that absolutely is something that wouldn't be okay with me. What can I do with this now?
In Colorado Springs, Kiera Sam, News 5.
Well, thank you, Kiera. And if you're interested in tracing your roots, the African American Genealogical Society of Colorado Springs does offer those beginner classes all throughout the year, but they are hosting a Juneteenth celebration, doing it for free later today.